Nagwani o ya talaga ang uray naman paspasarahin ng different municipalities. I think our culture is diminishing. But we have to preserve this because this is also our pride. Uray pa ng gamit tao, umati torge, umati wano, ya ulo, those are our cultural heritage and nabortan, and we should also know the proper use of it. Gusto nga po dito yung forum here at Wani. Because somebody will lecture. Mangdat, ariyan na PPTC, Wani, Madam Carmelita, nga dito ay ako ang lecture, karkaro hinan younger generation, o yung masapor kumaan, igogamahan tao, iseryoso tao, so that we know the proper use of our torge, of our. I have remember that one time when there was a festival na inabdaan ng ikalgahin ng ulo, yung baliktad. They cannot recognize ng itsurang ng art ng how it was deep, it was weak. Akeda nila do kabaliktadan hindi rin lupakon. Iso nga, dadi na masapor and hopefully it will be emphasized and it will be taught especially to the younger generation who will be taking place of our feet when we are gone. Kaya di mabalin niya adda to the lalakay ang nangin nila yung pakit ti umari chimpo, we will all vanish because life is just like a vapor that it will appear for a little while and then vanishes away. And the only successors are the younger ones. Isu nga adikdok-kadok kayon tapnuway-wayan tatuwe amon lecture ang mga ibaga, mga detail, yung mga demonstrate inan aton umatmit laeng ko ng aton an manayo agpaiso an atwani o yahay panayon dito ng atwani ya kaputawa de TikTok ay dapat atong among paypaytok na an makit na right and rhythm na which that will go with the gang. May mo ta ay dapat atong atwani basta ngane man di itsura na basta payado minang paypaytok out tayo po ti ano. But what an proper rhythm. Iso nga salamat ito ang chimpo at wani an arko so that we will be learning. Baka uray pa ng bukon no young ones, uray pa ng adult, o ya baka wada pa hina iagke pa namin nila idatuwe. Or in nila yu eman, you cannot recognize the detail of it. Iso nga you cannot be able to transfer it to the younger ones. So, salamat, yamapot ang argo ititawan amin. Agkiyo ikugaw.
Salamat, Sir James, at may nag-imbagan manong James yakay hinahanglan introduction ng tepeman an ibingay ng tedaan mihaynod an humapit imipangget ng kulturan di Kalanguya, ng kulturan di Tuwali, ng kulturan di Ayangan. But we want to emphasize that the topics to be discussed are just segments. Parte lang ito inan uhaan kulturan di ethno-linguistic group because tinay-ekspektaron tauya hapiton dan namin ng kulturan di Ayangan, hapiton to namin ng kulturan namin di Tuwali, hapiton dan namin ng kulturan di Kalanguya o ya no iya hirita ya danunan taunan Gotad at Ifugao 2023. Iso nga hay aton tauya per chapter. Yaton tao ta Ihigo kahim diskason ng udom ang parte ng uhaan kultura. Mo importante kay nan hindi ngay Madam Carmel Sir James nga at least waha pangitigan tao hinande ang ngay aton nang amot tao hininat ne hinangiiye da ipunbibiyag da ang hinae na makalian ipugaw culture. Teom ang inumodrom nudanay pangayan tauman hinang school nanubihina uno na ito pakiparticipatean ngamnae ang competition no ito bumikita hi okasyon hi udong ang boble ito ibang bagadan mahamahmadan di tao hi panggit hi kultura tao on madadawon di tao ang ibaga tao ang di taunan na ay nabatbati ang mga tuloy hinang pangiiyen ng amot to din nagne ngayon no tutuusin niya kurang pay ng mahapuran adawon tao timan nung nga hidin nagne gamin manue di kay nahamad di pun awat da hinan di itaguda yamid gamin haudong hi eda anak aton eda anang angdalon himbokon ng umeda payo umeda muyong umeda hawal on wife nagibuy kahigtok ta nakol ng bintok da nahugyag na imokmogan da dimmakol ng pinakanan da kuya ginuntad daot at hininan eyena ngayon adwani ya padason tao gobayen inanteda an inimbitar tao an resource speaker takaliina hi maudud man pay di etao pun awat inirayo mo nan kultura tao mo rin tapno pay dumaldalom kuma dito pun awat hinang makalian kultura tao. Okay? Ready? So, for today's activity, we have 3 resource speakers. One speaker for the Kalanguya Ethno-Linguistic Group who will discuss the marriage rights of the Kalanguya group. So the first speaker, he is Mr. Ferdinand Dalang of Tino Lagawi, Tino Ifugao. He lives in Poblacion Tino, and for his work experience, he has been a public servant for 9 years, serving as a municipal councilor in the municipality of Tino from 1992 to 2001. And he served as well as the information officer of the municipality, LGU Tino, from 2012 to 2016. And currently, he is the IPMR of Poblacion Tino. IPMR is the Indigenous People's mandatory representative. Okay? So, if you are chosen as an IPMR in a certain area, it is assumed that you must know something about your culture. So, of course, Mr. Ferdinand Dalang is a culture bearer of the Kalanguya Ethno-Linguistic Group. So, for his topic, he will discuss about the marriage rights of the Kalanguya. So, dayuan uuunga, ang nagyapay ng kalahin, Pakadngalon yung ay hituwe. Te kinaya pitpidwana. Hiyay puluyon tao. Tanen inilayo. Yung ay aton. Karkarun bitao. Ang tuwali. O yan ang ayangan. Inilaon tutuwe. Yay hito ipatnaan makiarin hindi at tino. Okay? So, to give us a view of the various rights of the Kalanguya ethno-linguistic group, may we have Mr. Ferdinand Dalang. Sir.
Nimbag nga sapa tayo amin nang nangruna dagitoy planning iti probinsya tayo tapno adada ito yung actividades tayo sa na-recognize ti kaugalian win kultura tayo ngayon tiron ti Bugaw nang nangruna dagitoy na dumado mga munisipyo tayo matino. So tintid na kanya nga parte ket kulturan ti Kalanguya iti municipality of Tino. Ti muna nung makiasawa ti maysa nga lalaki iti maysa nga babae kasapulan dagitoy elders kitain da nga pan makisarita iti man ti babae ngayon no adati what means di pagnanda wino di pag-startanda nga balay ket agsublida isuspenda by iti maysa nga rabii wino 1 week ta de kahit na ngay bagade what means ket agsubli lang kadagiti ay sag-asawa no matuloy da ngum no mayat di pag-startanda inggan na dumanon da di balay ti babae ket ituloy da nga makiistorya iti parents ti babae ken day babae. Ngum no magnati istorya ket ibagbaganda di babae ket kayat na ket simpre mangalang nga dagos iti di rice wine ket ibuni da winoy bless da tapno inumin di babae. Once mga apitarin di babae ang anang inumin, that means nga anang kayat. Ngumno itatalnana ket inomena ket kawatan nga inakseptar na di lalaki. Diyay ti ustong rugian ti ugalin ti Kalanguya. No mapantay umet diyay usar diyay imbango nga kuna tayo ket nalakalaing ti kaugalian ti Kalanguya. Duwa nga baboy lain. Jelang ti mausar. Ngum nalpas man jengan akin na cerebral ke adda ti sinmangpet sinuman ditang parswang dagitoy bilit wenno sinuman ditang parswa ket kasapulan cerebral damanin agpaluar di laki iti maysang burias pastyay ngam no awan tinmay nga bad means in no blessing diay umanay di tapoy lang may bless damanin nga pagtipunan dagiti sa asawa ngun nalpas diay agtulag dagiti diay nag-awalayan mawandan ti lalaki ken ti babae no asinno ti pag-iyanan dagiti sa asawa jay ti kaugalian ti Kalanguya no malpasen nga nagtulag da ket ag-iyan day di wandan ti aman ti lalaki nangamong jay aman ti lalaki nga ada isiribrar da kasla i-acknowledge da nga inayon nga may sang pamilyada jay imbitarin damit jay wandan ti babae pan makicerebral it jay ti pag numuanda nga rugida tinasayaat nga mayat nga pamilya kasya ti ugalit ti kalahuyalan nalaka jak amo dito en tayo nga actualisay ta iti kalahuya itat palang matsimpo nga adda na adaptar ti kululan ti benggit kit data benggit kit nagni naunay so nga nimbag man ta nadaday ito ipunada nga IPMR ta iso ipaplano ken documentation da nga isubli de dati nga kaugalian tatakit high-tech ti pinagbiat kayo. So, amo, ije kalanguya, ket naglugin, jay dati nga kaugalian, nga isubli amin, jay dati nga kultula, jay imbaga tikwa, tayo nga kunan ni Apo Planning Officer, ket may tik-tik notin amin, jay kadatian, tapos isubli tayo, sa i-preserve tayo tapno hanga kaasi dagito yang generation jay ti plano met iti kalanguya iti dati nga road iti marriage ket nabawa ngem kasapulan no nag-anak manin day sa asawa at dangay ti anak da nga maysa kasapulan may acknowledge da maning imbitarin de parents ti babae o daday jay parents ti lalaki ngay acknowledge jay ubing ta jay ti blessing when no sinyal nga day ta ubing ket nagasat no kodyanto jay ti kaugalian ti kalangiya nang nangrunan no babae ket kunada ay sudan tuday tamanin ti maysa nga agmultiply ta umadu tayo nga kalangiya ket tapi man ket adun ti kalangiya nga maysa nga munisipyo kaidi ket barangay iti hungduan ket dakkelin ti population ti kalangiya amo nga nakayat tiddo taday talang tinidumduma iti kultura tayo ti ipugaw amok inaynayunan dagitoy dadumang speaker ket deta lang ti may istorya kada kayong kapsat dito'y probinsya sa iyong Ipugaw so maphot haggiyo Ipugaw.
Salamat Apo. Your questions kindly wrap it for a while so that after the three resource speakers, if you have some inquiries, we could entertain all clarifications after all the resource speakers have delivered their pieces. Okay? So, all queries, all whatever that you want to ask them, as long as it is related to the topic which is discussed, then kindly bring it out during the open forum. Okay? So again, thank you very much Apo Ferdinand Dalang. So hopefully dagijay babaro nga hanang-hanang niktatay dagijay inistoryan ni Apo Dalang mabalin nga saludsud kayo nung munamnama. Okay? Baga naman timan nga comparatively jay kalanguya requirements ti marriage kit nalaklaka kanu as compared kadagijay kailyak ijay benggit. Yes, sir. Alright. May bagat 50-50 yan. Okay. So, Our next resource speaker, she is also a culture bearer. He might be young for a culture bearer because of course as our common perspective is we always assume that culture bearers are the elders in the community as well. Anyway, the next speaker is a culture bearer of the Ayangan Ethno-Linguistic Group. She has been also as a community worker, as an environment protection advocate. She has been a teacher in the formal school. She is also tutor and choreographer for performing arts, especially the dances and literatures of the Ayangan Ethno-Linguistic Group. And though she is young, she have learned the Ayangan culture through her parents, of course, because especially her father is a culture bearer and an elder in the Ayangan Ethno-Linguistic Group. So it's good that this daughter of his is interested in learning the indigenous knowledge of the Ayangan. So she imbibed much of the teachings of his father and of course the other culture bearers in the village. So for us to present the prestige rights of the Ayangan Ethno-Linguistic Group, may we have Ms. Rebecca Bumahid to talk about this is not iPad, this is iPad. Yeah, because you might say na porque Ma'am Carmel said a while back about TikTok, you might say that this one is iPad. Yeah, because they are the language of today. Anyway, Ma'am Rebecca.
Thank you, Sir Roscoe, for that humble introduction to the leadership of the province, led by our very own governors, Governor Jerry Dalipo, Ma'am Carmel, my former boss, who since then chaired the Gotad Task Force, yes. Of course, Sir Roscoe, the forefront leader of this program, a cultural extravaganza. My co-speakers, our distinguished audience, we have here our teachers from the DepEd, cultural bearers of the different ethno-linguistic groups, performers, and then kitao namenhod or penpenhod na no'y sarili ng culture. I would admit that I am not an expert of the Ayangan culture, but accepting this invitation made me research, learn, and appreciate, and happy to share what I got on my belt about Ayangans of Ifugao that I am proud of. Thank you for this opportunity. Maphod on pikat na chitaon amin, kas na ipakaad anad, o diya i-share Diyan maipanggap ito'y ayangan, ipag, prestige, ritual. Before ituloy may I know hinay ijadjam or are there ayangans in the audience or please raise your right hand. Okay, thank you. I hope you'll be like me listening, but might as well as those non-ayangans to please listen more. Okay, so as an introduction, tapno maawatan tao, natakalan tao an ipad, not iPad, prestige ritual. I know what every ethno-linguistic group waday prestige rituals da. Ngayon, ma-share duwan ituwi an ipad di ayangan. One of the most studied culture groups in the Cordilleras is the Tuwali of Ifugao. And if not specified, ang kulturan di ayangan or kalanguya, kay Tuwali, kay da ituwali ang namin di Ifugao. But equally, ayangans of Ifugao have heritage properties. Kanya lang, it remains oral. O again, padaudong na again na document nung kateta bay ng nangindilan datuwe. But at this time, in my research of this, I see that many of our culture, the ayangan, simply vanished because few of our young generation take interest or passion to document this culture, rich culture. So thus, in the light of this present condition, this presentation aims to sustain or to create a strategy that sets a common ground for all ayangan subgroups in the province to build or if not rebuild. Kasi ito when i-share one used to be or is still there but not as strong as how the other ethno-linguistic groups appreciate or live or practice at the present. So, sana din, it is an opportunity for us to unite this consciousness and inspire a collective action for development in the present context that will help rekindle intercultural patriotism among Ifugaos and working together in rerouting the present generation being the next culture bearers of our heritage. When I say ayangan subgroups, it refers to geographic territories of ayangan with distinct ethno-linguistic identities like to Eastern Lagawi, we refer ourselves as Ijadjang, JJ, Ijadjang of Eastern Lagawi. We also have the Ayangan speaking group of Kiangan and Asipulo. In Lamot, mas gugustuhin nilang matawag na i-riverside, the riverside of the Lamot River and then the Ibulaw River. But when they speak the Ayangan language. In District 2, they are comfortable to be referred not as Ayangan but Ihananga, Ipaherna of Mayuyaw, Aguinaldo, and Alfonso Lista. And in Banawi, they refer themselves as Iinlakud, Idinlakud siya, and then Ichulig when you are in Banawi. Here. So, again with this, we conducted a mapping. So and then by this, we discovered this ipad, a cultural practice that is common to all, to the Ijadjang, Iayangan of Ifugao. Because when you are in Mayuya, when you say you are an Ayangan, they will think of you as one from that barangay of Ayangan in Mayuyaw. So they would rather call themselves Ihinanga or Ikaharna. Okay, so with the indulgence, I would make this a little longer para mas marinig natin at maintindihan. So, what is IPAD then? And why it is called Prestige Rights of the Ayangan? IPAD is a special ritual performed for the purpose of gaining, maintaining family prestige. It symbolizes material wealth such as payo, gangha, barituk, yapango, buhi, and other heirlooms. Since the Ayangan people of Eastern Lagawi, Lamut, Kiangan have no extensive rice terraces compared to those of Banawi, Mayuyaw, Aguinaldo, and Asipulu, they include private forests or na nuyong, pinugku, especially coffee plantation, pasture land, and abundant domesticated animals as part of material wealth. The highest status-giving prestige ritual that gives ultimate symbol of prestige and the status to an Ayangan couple in the community. And if one didn't perform the IPAD, he or she could not in any way become a member of the Pochon. Pochon is an elite body composed of experts in the Ayangan culture. So, who composes the Pochon for our information anyway? They are the people, we call it Munpano or the judge, the Muntonton or genealogist, the Munalun, the canvassers, Munkagwi, the go-between, the Muntukun or advisor, Mangdat Tugun, Munfai, our ritualist, the Tona or yung agricultural leader, agriculture practice leader, and the Munanop. They give prestige to Munanop because it was the Munanop of Mayuyaw, Banawi who discovered Eastern Lagawi. And they established their communities and they migrate or they spread as far as Kiangan, Lamut, Asipulu. So they were the nomads before, but they were regarded. So what is the use of the IPAD? The uses of the IPAD is the acquisition of prestige or status symbol symbolized by economic affluence of the sponsoring couple or family. So nan umipad o ya ng munahawa waday pamilya na. So uray no kadangyan nan oha or karyon nan bima na ya agkepay nangahawa o agi mabalin an umipad hindi. So I am out of that chance. Unless I have to marry very late. It is also a time of reunion of relatives and community people. And it is for healing when a member of a family is sick, especially the elders. So ngandiyan ang karakteristik ng IPAD. Ngandiyan ang itsura na. At kayo na to, it is a social religious in nature which is made up of ceremonial activities that last for days up to a month. Conducted with much praying and chanting, butchering of animals, preparing of food, eating, and dancing the putaket. Putaket, not hingkatot. So while this is a prestige rights, this is a platform or venue where the Ayangan value systems are learned and showcased. So at the culmination of the rites, that is the major part, it is much celebrated with wine drinking, merrymaking, gong beating, and dancing. So in short, ipad is a very extravagant ritual that only the wealthy could afford. Okay. So I hope meron pa yun. High purpose pun ipadan di iayangan, ya waday limay gapuna. One is punhanan. What is punhanan? Ano yun? It's a thanksgiving for acquiring materials or intangible wealth. Kas nang imbaga na indani. Lumengkopan, or well-being or healing of serious illness, including prolonged childbirth labor. Also, mangipad na. Ipadan na, or ohan argo diye, anina. Mikatlo is punchagwat. Punchagwat is most important for a childless couple to solicit favors and the intercession of the gods to bless them with children. So, in case ginawat nun ipadaan mi pa punchagwat, and the wife gets pregnant, waday follow up na ang kanyang hakmot or hakmuto na nanina. So it is performed as a follow-through of the punchagwat if the wife is tuwe ng kalyanmin punla-laajan, or it is a twilight ipad. This is an ipad of old age and is the fourth level and most prestigious ipad rite for a couple who achieve successful family life, good health, and material prosperity. This serves as the grand family reunion and the conferring of blessings from the sponsoring couple to the children and grandchildren. Sometimes we call also the ipad as honga, as it is presumed that the